All right, this has got to be some of the dumbest redneckedness shit I think I have ever done, and I don't have a choice. So what I'm doing is I am towing a utility trailer with a flat tire 15 fucking miles at 10 miles an hour. Yeah. And you're probably like, well, why don't you just change the tire? Well, there's a problem there. See, the thing that holds the tire up in place, you know, that thing that they call a leaf spring. Yeah, well, a leaf spring snapped in half. Snapped the end right off, which dropped the trailer on that side, and the fender cut the sidewall of the tire. And yeah, you can see it in the rear view, I think. Flop, 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 flop. Luckily, these are a heavy load range tire, and they've got a lot of sidewall to them, and they got a lot of bead. So, as long as I don't go over 10 miles an hour, it's gonna make it to where I need to go back to the shop. And a lucky thing is I was just taking wood from my old house to the recycling center. I'm going way faster than I should be. I'm doing 15. And yeah, the difference between 15 and 10 miles an hour is smoke. Smoke! If I do 15 miles an hour, it starts smoking like a son of a bitch because it's not supposed to do 15 miles an hour, and 10 seems to keep it from smoking. And it's busy. There's traffic freaking everywhere. Of course, I'm sure I'm pissing a lot of people off, but I don't have a choice because I can't put a spare tire on it, because if I put a spare tire on it, it will just blow that tire too, because it'll cut right through the sidewall. The fender will, because it's the trailer's fender without a leaf spring in it. Will just cut right through it, and it goes pop. It sounded like a fucking big ass gun, like a 50 cal going off whenever it blew. My son and I were going out to the recycle center, and I thought we hit a nail. That's what I thought. I thought, oh shit, you know, we ran over a nail, whatever. But I went back to look at it, and yeah, it wasn't a nail. It was a freaking leaf spring. I could not believe it. I was like, that rim looks really close to that fender, and I didn't understand why. I couldn't comprehend what it was until I got down on my hands and knees and looked underneath it from the other side that was up high, and I could see like the first 6-8 inches of the tire, or not the tire, first 6-8 inches of the leaf spring just hanging down like that, touching the ground. And I went, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And then the question is, well, what do you do? Well, I can't call a tow truck because I don't have the money for a tow truck. I can't call roadside assistance because it wouldn't do me any good, because the fucking, you couldn't put another, I mean, we got a spare tire on the thing, but I can't put the spare tire on because it would just blow it. And it's bad enough we already lost one trailer tire, because those things are freaking expensive. It's like a 10-ply, real heavy-duty type tire. And thank God for that, because that allows for there to be enough rubber in the sidewall and the bead that sits on the rim to protect it, as long as I'm not going fast, from destroying the steel rim. And so literally I'm just limping it at 10 miles an hour, and it is what it is. And I'm not happy about it. I don't want to be doing this, but damn. I'm sure the people behind me are like, what the fuck is that guy doing? Because the tire, you can see it, is just blah, 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 blah. Oh, Redneckery. Anyways, just thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride for this stupid shit I'm doing right now. You know, if it wasn't a commercial tire on a steel rim, I would not be doing this. If it was an aluminum rim, if it was a standard tire, this shit would have torn off a long time ago. There's no way I could make it 15 miles. I mean, it's beating the trailer up pretty good because it's sitting trailer to axle to trailer, but it's not hurting the trailer. It's not hurting the axle, and it's not hurting the rim. But if it was on your car, yeah, you're not going to make it 15 miles even if you drove 5 miles an hour. The tires are so thin and the beads are so thin and everything, it would just shred it completely. So definitely a story to tell. So I'm going to take it back to the shop and drop it. And on another day, when I'm not trying to move, when I'm not trying to get shit done, I will jack the whole thing up, take the leaf springs off of it. We've got a leaf spring shop that's about 45 miles away, and we'll take it there and have them make new leaf springs for it, heavier leaf springs. And part of the reason why it snapped is because it didn't have a full length assist spring. So what that means is your top spring is the longest. That's the one that connects to the shackles, and the next spring below that is your first assist spring, and it was like 8 inches from the shackle. So what I'm going to have the guy do is actually put in a secondary assist spring that goes from shackle to shackle. So if a spring fails, they won't both fail, and it'll still hang in there. Bump, 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 bump. Can't wait to see this tire whenever I get to the shop. I can already see that it's starting to... I mean, I had one section that the sidewall blew out. Like the whole thing just boom! And the flap of the sidewall just exploded out of it. But now it's cutting through like everything, and it's getting way worse. It's bumping a lot harder. Thank God for steel trailer rims. So anyways, I'm gonna pause this, and then whenever I get to the shop, I'll show you the damage. So a quarter mile down the street from the shop, the tread really basically came undone to the point where it was binding up inside the wheel well, and see if you can see this. So down there is the front half of the leaf spring. That's what's left of the tire, but you can see the rim wasn't hurt, so I guess that's a win. Oh, shit. And this is a really beefy trailer. I mean, it's very, very strong. Built like the old U-Hauls, and that may have been what it was at one point in time. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to have a good, distance between the tire and the freaking thing. And that's what 15 miles on a broken leaf spring looks like. Holy fuck balls. Woo! That was fucking interesting. You can see the tire was dragging by the time I got up to here. It was just locking up. The tread was binding up and getting a hold of it. and it just drug through the gravel, and I just pulled it up and shoved it back. I didn't care. I just wanted that son of a bitch on the concrete so I could actually get a jack underneath it. So I'm going to shove it back a little farther and then leave it for another day, because today I got to go rent a U-Haul trailer so I can finish moving. Although finishing won't be done today. Haven't had really any help. It's just been my wife and I and the kids sometimes, and moving sucks, and we got a 7-person family. Too much stuff. All right, you guys have an awesome day. See ya!